Yo, what's up? This is Patrick from Guy in the Cube, and in this video, I'm going to talk all about the query builder built into DAX Studio. Stay tuned. If you're finding this for the very first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date from all the videos from both Adam and myself. So Query Builder. Query Builder is a preview feature in the DAX Studio, and I like to use it when I'm showing people how to write DAX queries, especially people that are not familiar with that concept. They can write DAX expressions, but they can't write DAX queries. And so DAX queries where I'm looking at the full details of the table, like running a query and returning lots of rows. And so I like to use it to demonstrate those, or when I'm inspecting data, or when I'm using a tool like Power BI Report Builder and I need to bring over a DAX query there. You can use the built-in Query Builder tool, but I like to use it because it provides a few little things that I want to talk about. So enough of all this talking. You guys know what I like to do. Let's do what? Let's head over to my laptop. So let's say you've connected to, a Power BI desktop file or a workspace. Either one will work if you have premium capacity. DAX Studio works against either one. So let's say you want to write a query that uses evaluate. It returns all the rows in the table. What if you want to return 1 and 2 columns? Then you would use something like summarize columns, and you would pop both of those columns in. If you pull 2 columns from 2 different tables, you can run into challenges because it does this Cartesian product. You need to be careful with that. I did a video on it a while ago to talk about auto exists and this Cartesian product thing. You should go check that video out. But maybe you're not familiar with doing this. And so this is where the Query Builder comes into play. You need to have the Query Builder button in the ribbon. If you don't see it, you can go to File, Options, then click on Advanced. You'll see the preview features right here, and you just choose Show Query Builder button. Once you do that, you'll see the Query Builder button. Go ahead and click it, and then you'll have this new pane here, and then you can do stuff. So let's say you want to look at the date, and you want to look at the customer name, and then you go and try to run it. You're gonna get this nice warning that says, hey, be careful. You're trying to run a query without a measure, which could result in a cross join or a Cartesian product. I really like this warning because you can just return way too much data. And if you watch the video I did on this, you'll see why you want to include a measure. Let's not do this. Let's accept the warning and be a little more careful. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down the product, and we're gonna bring in the product name, the subcategory, which is some stuff we want. We want the color, and then we're gonna go to internet sales and bring over the total quantity and the total sales amount. Maybe you don't know how to do these things just freehand in a little DAX query. So if I go ahead and run this, it'll take a second or two to run, and then you'll see the results of that query. So there's my query. And then you may be looking at this and go, man, these sales amount numbers seem kind of off. What you could do is there's a little pencil. This is something Darren Gospel showed me. The creator, the writer of this wonderful DAX Studio showed me. I can do all this stuff and then sprinkle a little pixie dust on top of my DAX query to make it even better. So let me show you. So you can click this little pencil next to the measure, because I'm guessing this number is a little high. And then once I do that, it opens up a nice little window, and oh, it's including freight. I really don't need that. Be really careful to your changes here. So I'm going to get rid of that and click OK. And then let's see what actually happens. So if you click on the edit query, it'll actually show you the query that it's constructing for you behind the scenes. And you can see it added a defined measure because I've actually overwritten that measure, and I've changed it. So now if I run this, my numbers will be slightly different. There we go. So you can see the value is slightly smaller. And maybe you want to add your own measure, to this. Maybe I want to do the number of sales, and you take a peek and go, well, the number of sales aren't there. If you click new, I can say num of sales, and then I can do something simple like this, count rows, because every row in my internet sales table represents a sale. Click OK. Let's get rid of this and re-script that query by clicking edit queries. Now you can see not only does it include my custom total sales amount query, but it also includes the new measure that I created, num of sales. Now if I run this, it adds that as a result for me. It's pretty nice. I know what you're thinking, Patrick, what about filters? I need to add filters to this, because if I'm going to use this in something like a paginated report or some other tool that accepts these queries, I know this little feature works for paginated reports specifically because I tested it. Can I add filters is, and can I test that behavior out? You absolutely can. Check this out. So if I go here and I say, well, I want to filter this by customer name. So we'll bring the customer name here, and then you can do contains, starts with, you can do all types of things. I'm gonna get really specific, and I'm just gonna say is Riley Brooks. So now there's all types of customers here, lots of different people. If I clear this out, look what actually happens under the covers. It adds a filter for me. Keep filters for Riley Brooks. If I run this, you'll see it's Riley Brooks. If I change this, I can actually change this now, enter a parameter. If I run this now, it's gonna prompt me, and I can say Jack Butler. And if I run this for Jack Butler, you'll see that everything changes to Jack Butler. Pretty nice, pretty easy. I'm just dragging and dropping stuff, not writing a whole bunch of code. I like it. Remember, I'm not lazy, I'm just efficient. So now let's say you want to take this code that you've written, this query that you've written, and use it in another tool like Power BI Report Builder. How would you do it? Of course I'm going to show you. So you would just copy this on your clipboard, get everything between there, and then head over to the Power BI service. And then what you can do is you'll find your data set. And if you click right here on this ellipsis and choose download RDL. And now once you click the RDL file, which is just going to open up Power BI Report Builder, it's going to automatically be connected to that data set. And then you can right click here and say add data sets. If I go here, I can go into the query designer. And right here by default, you'll be in design mode. If you uncheck it, if you just click this, you can go into query mode, paste your query in, click OK. And then once you click OK, and then once you run the report, you'll see that it'll populate a list, because I did write another query to populate my parameters. And so you'd see I set a default value for Riley Brooks, but I can search other customers also. I can choose other customers and it'll run the queries just for those, just like that. I didn't write any code. I just copied and pasted code that was generated for me. What do you guys think? Have you used the query builder? Are you using it to generate queries for your paginated reports? I'd love to know. Let's continue the conversation where in the comments below. If it's your first time visiting the Guy in the Cube channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like my video, big thumbs up. As always, from Adam and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.